Hey, what's good, everybody? It's GOLDXLION, and I'm gonna try to do some commentary. Let's see how this goes. But that's the next thing for me, I guess, doing commentary. So, starting with this video. Right. Why are we here? The League. Yeah, we're here because of League. Currently, right now, man. Defending in the game. The current state of the game is just like really fucking bad, man. Like, it's just either you get on and you want to play and have fun, and people just fuck up your day, man. You have bad matchmaking, people not playing their roles correctly, connection issues. You know, if you've been playing the game for a while, you already know all these things already. But I'm hoping that I could help improve everyone's league experience by putting out guide videos and starting with this one. So today I'm going to try to teach people how to defend. Uh, I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm hoping you guys like it. And the currently right now defending is like a rare breed, man. Like you can really find a good defender in the game. Most of the time you have people running across the map, or they jump off the flag and all this dumb shit that they do, or they watch you die, then they go try to protect the flag and shit. Like, come on, bro. But that's it. I think this video will help. I think this will help improve everyone's overall experience in League. Hopefully. You can't help people playing stupid, man. It's just in their nature, I guess. Anyways, let's get to this video. Alright, so once you learn the role of defending, right? Any character you choose to, use as a defender, once you learn like how to use that character respectively, you won't have a hard time. Like it's easy. This role is pretty easy. You just gotta know what you're doing and pay attention to the map. Anyways, here are some decent medals for defenders. No, I guess I'll go through each of them. So we have the admirals here. This build I use a lot. You can use this for any character, to be honest. So you get 20% cooldown on both your skills, 10% chance to dodge, 20% capture speed. And the reason why people don't really run this skill that much, run this set, that much, is because you don't get additional cooldown on your skills. Especially with the current meta, you want to have more cooldowns on your skills. But what makes this good for a defender is that it nullifies, like, you get a 30% chance to nullify a flame, stun, and freeze. So it's good against Ace, Sabos, Shanks, because he has stun as well. I guess Aokiji's that. There's not many characters in the game that freeze right now, so Aokiji Metal is good against himself. Anyways, this is not a bad set. This is probably the second oldest set outside of the Fishman Island. The Fishman build. It's second best set outside of those two. What else? Let's go to the next one. Alright, so this one is really good for additional damage. So you have 20% cooldown on skill 2, which is a defender's crowd control skill. Most of the time it's their skill 2 that's the one that like knocks everyone off the treasure. Also, you get 10% chance to dodge, 20% capture speed. But what makes this set so good is when your allies are not near you, you deal 10% damage. You deal 10, 5, yeah, about 15% extra damage when your allies are not near you. Also, you get another 7% when you have less treasure, and a 5% when you're in your enemy's treasure area. You also get another 5% when you're in your own captured treasure area. So it's pretty good. It helps when you got to deal with people backcapping. When you have the runners, they're trying to backcap you a lot. So it helps eliminate them pretty fast. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, let's see, skill 1. What am I saying? This build is really good for characters like Kuma, Blackbeard. Who else? Let me see. Kuma, Blackbeard. Is it Nightmare Luffy? No, not Luffy. It's still decent on him, but Let's see. Not Moria. You want skill 2 for Moria. Zoro. I mean, Zoro's skill 1 comes off cooldown pretty quick if you kill somebody. But this build will help it come off even faster, like insane, like spammable insane. Law's Room. I mean, it's good for debuffing and slowing people down, but mostly this build is good on Kuma, man, because that thrust pass shit that he does, that shit is OP. It is OP as fuck. Alright, let's talk about it. But yeah, you get 14% on both your skills, 7% chance to dodge, 20% capture speed, but you also get an additional 39% on your skill 1. So this build's not too bad for you to use if you're utilizing the character's skill 1. You always want to go for their crowd control skill. So whichever skill is your crowd control skill, you want to aim for that the most. Alright, the next one is the Warlord's build, I guess. And Miss All Sunday. Anyways, you get 14% on your skill 1, 28% on your skill 2, 7% dodge, and you also get a little bit of HP when you knock somebody back or you KO somebody, or when you KO. Yeah, what the fuck. Anyways, what makes this build really good is you get the nice 28% cooldown, right, for your skill 2, but you also recover some HP. So characters like Crocodile and Kuma and Blackbeard, jeez, man, you're not dying with this build if you use it. If you're dodging properly and you're getting your skills off, you're not dying, especially with Kuma, because he has that additional 10% when he knocks somebody back. Like, jeez, man, you're out here recovering HP like a madman, like you're Marco or something. But let's continue. You have the Blood Brothers. This build is good. I see people run this on defenders a lot. Some people run it on attackers as well. What makes this build good is you get 10% damage reduction. You also get 10% damage increase when your allies are not near you. So it's good for a defender because you're always dealing with people trying to backcap. That's the main thing you're dealing with. Or if your teammates die in the middle and you're the only one there. This is the porn nigga. The Pornhub exclusive, bro. That build, that just sounds so weird saying that, but you get 20% cooldown on both your skill plus an additional 13%. So it's what, like 33%? I don't know, my math's probably off. But 7% chance to dodge, and no, you on your skill 1 you get like an additional like 26%. So 46% on your skill 1. Jeez. I'm trying to get this build myself but it's just, man, I have no luck on getting 14% attack. That shit's annoying trying to roll for it, but that build is OP if you get attack and HP. As a defender or any person, what am I saying? When you're trying to go for this build, right? Whatever metal set you choose out of these, you want to go for a balanced like build. For defenders, you want to have a balance. So you could have HP and attack, or you could have defense and attack, or you could have a combination of the three. But what I do recommend is you go for a damage reduction over defense, because there's I think 5 characters in the game that ignore defense. You have Kuma, his skill 2. Yeah, his skill 2 Ursa Shock ignores defense. You have Whole Cake Sanji, Garp. Yeah, Garp's skill 1 ignores defense, but I mean, he ain't landing that shit on you half the time if you're good at dodging. Who else? Whitebeard, yeah. Whitebeard he's not bad as a defender, but in the current meta where it's always Blackbeards running everywhere, he dies pretty quick. But if he's like tier 2 boosted and the person that's using him has a brain, he's pretty hard to kill because his dodge is pretty fast. Who else ignores damage reduction? I mean, ignores defense. Yeah, Fujitora, right? He does it on his skill 2, the Meteorite drop. This skill isn't in itself isn't hard to dodge, but if someone cast it while you're mid-fight and you didn't see him cast it, then you're most likely probably gonna die or take a lot of damage. But anyways, whenever you're going for your metal builds, just try to prioritize damage reduction over defense, because that plays towards the defender's character traits. Like for example, Blackbeard, you reduce 30% damage when you're in your captured treasure area. Also, yeah, most defenders, they reduce damage when they're in their captured treasure area. So that's, you want to play towards that, as well as having defense as well for like everyone else. The characters that ignore defense, there are not many in the game right now, so it's not like, you know, how Blackbeard and Shanks is, where every lobby you get in, you see one. So it's not too bad. Alright, next metal set is the Zone Beast build that I created. I want to use this on Nightmare Luffy once I get him to 6-star, because you get 40% on both skills, right? Plus the additional 13% from, I think, yeah, Plague Metal. And you also get 10% chance to dodge. But the reason why I want to use this is I want to keep Nightmare Luffy at low HP, because he's most deadly at low HP, right? But whenever someone from my team is KO'd, I receive 3% HP, so that's like 200 to 300 like HP, which allows me to, you know, stay alive but barely. You know, I don't want to be like one hit away, which is most likely the case. But anyways, next build. This build you're gonna see on a lot of big moms, right? Because it's a really good for damage reduction, and because Big Mom ignores like what, 80% of damage reduction. I gotta look. Let's see. Where is she? I need to get more characters, man. Yeah, her character trait gives her 80% damage reduction when she's 90% HP. So if you stack that zombie medals, let me see. Yeah. If you stack this set, she gets an additional 10%, which gives her a 90% damage reduction at almost full HP, you could say. This works pretty well on other defenders as well, because you get 10% damage reduction. You also get 20% cooldown on your skill 1. You get 10% extra chance to dodge. That doesn't make sense. You get 10% chance to dodge when your allies are not near your treasure. So most of the time, this is really good when you're dealing with backcappers, or when your teammates are dead and you're only one in the middle. You also recover HP when you capture the treasure. I don't know why they didn't give capture speed with this as well, but anyway, you get 5% HP when you capture treasure. So like, I guess if you secure the middle, I guess I don't really see you utilizing this much as a defender. But you know, those times, sometimes you do have to go around and like capture the treasure when your team is not doing what they're supposed to do. So I guess in that regards, it's good. Alright, this build I kind of use on Wano Zoro, because he's a defensive attacker, meaning he works at the best in his captured treasure area. Alright, so but it's pretty good for defenders as well. So it's 20% cooldown on both your skills. You also get 5% damage reduction when you're in your captured treasure area. You also get 13% cooldown on your skill 2, which is Wano Zoro's that range attack that he uses. When your team has less treasure, you reduce 5% damage. So this is pretty good. Depending on your situation, you probably could get 10% damage reduction. Like if your team has their first 2 flags and the enemy managed to steal the middle, you're getting 10% damage reduction if you're dealing with someone that's trying to backcap, basically. Alright, and the last build is the Big Mom Pirates. This build is pretty good for, I guess, any character, to be honest. You get 20% cooldown on both your skills, 10% chance to dodge. You also get 7% damage increase when your team has less treasure. When your allies are not near the treasure, you also get 10% damage increase. And so this is really good for dealing with backcapping. I'm telling you, as a defender, the most you're going to be dealing with is stopping people from taking the middle flag and backcappers. Meaning runners trying to go behind steal your enemies. What am I saying? when runners are trying to fucking when runners are trying to take your flags behind you, that's what I'm trying to say. Also, when you KO an opponent, reduce your cooldowns, which is pretty good. Also, this has a recover HP by 3%, which is also good when you KO somebody. That's a good thing as a defender. When you're fighting a lot, you're dealing with multiple enemies, so whenever you kill somebody, you get HP back. That's always a plus. Alright, that's it for the medals. Let's cover team building. Alright, so for the purpose of this video, I'm running 2 defenders so I don't have to wait to respawn. And I just pretty much got red and blue characters down here, mostly red because I'm going to utilize Blackbeard more than I am with Nightmare Luffy. Well, I'm going to try to utilize Nightmare Luffy more, but the chances are I'm going to be using Blackbeard a lot. And for defenders build, you kind of just want to go for this standard. There are some people that run defenders as well. This isn't bad, but it's alright. What you really want to run is along with the other ones is Grand Line. If you're able to get that, because you reduce damage from enemies with the same element. What else? I think East Blue. Yeah, East Blue is not bad. I don't know what. I'm sure some high level people out there could get that combination of Grand Line, East Blue, New World, all that like together. But yeah, those are the 2 you would probably want to run the most as a defender, because you're reducing damage, but you're also dealing more damage to characters with the same element as East Blue. If you're running a team like mine, you're going to run into a lot of Blackbeards because he's in the current meta, him and Shanks. So you're going to see a lot of Blackbeards a lot. And you want to be able to deal as much damage to him as possible. For the reason why I run New World, well, the reason why most people run New World is you want to deal damage to elements you're weak against. Because let's say with this team right here, I'm going to run into a lot of Blackbeards, Shanks, Ace, Kaidos. Yes, definitely Kaidos. Who else? I guess Kizaru's, Wano Zoro's most definitely, Gear 4 Luffy's, Time Skip Sanji. Here and there, people are still running NL, believe it or not. I'm definitely gonna run into Kuma, Katakuris, Doflamingos. Yeah, I'm gonna run into a lot of Doflamingos as well. So I wanna eliminate those guys fast. Let's say I'm Nightmare Luffy and there's a high chance, I could one-shot a Doflamingo. Even though I'm not max level, but I could one-shot a Doflamingo with this new one. What am I saying? I could deal more damage to a Doflamingo.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What I meant to say was that I do more damage to Kaido, not Dofi. I should script these things. But with New World, I'll do more damage to Kaido compared to my standard damage whenever I'm fighting against him, because I'm weak against green elements with Nightmare Luffy, and if I was fighting Shanks, I'm weak against blue elements with Blackbeard, so I would do more damage to those guys.
That build right there. Also, you want to reduce critical damage because of the boost system now. Attackers get more crit, so they get like 30% more crit. If I'm not, 30% more crit on their overall damage. So you want to reduce, this is why the Straw Hat Pirates is so important, because you reduce critical damage by 30%. So you basically nullify the boost of attackers, in a way. And attackers is the most crucial of all of these, because you get an increase of 200 attack and you increase your critical damage dealt by 5%. So this is good for any class, just not just defenders, but that's what you generally want to go for. So Grand Line, East Blue, attackers, New Worlds, and Straw Hat Pirates, and defenders here and there. If you could get defenders, that's not bad as well. You'll be tanky as well. You could also do increased critical damage, but I think that's more geared towards attackers, not so much defenders. And, I think that's it. This explanation was kind of choppy, so I hope you guys got the overall message that I was trying to convey, I guess. Alright, that's it. Alright, first map of the day is Baratier Stage Night. And both teams don't look too horrible. Usually it's like 3 or 4 Blackbeards over there, but we have 2 versus 2 today, so it's not too bad. 2 Shanks as well. So this should be a decent match. Yeah, we have a little bit more power than they do. Alright, so do's and alright guys, as I was editing this, I realized that I didn't tell you guys the do's and don'ts. I kind of just said 2 things and went about discussing other stuff. So I'm gonna explain it now. At the start of the game, you always want to go for the first flag as the defender, right? Because you're the slowest, you're generally gonna be in the back behind everyone. So you grab the first flag, you fill the treasure gauge. Even if a runner, because you know you're gonna always get that, even if a runner grabs the flag before you do and then proceeds to go to the middle, just stay there and fill the treasure gauge. And then if you're the only defender on the team, you want to proceed to the second flag and fill that gauge while also paying attention to the map. Every roll you should be paying attention to the map, but as a defender you always have to pay attention to the map because runners will try to flank you. Alright. Also, when you fill the map, right, I say fill the map. Also, when you fill the treasure gauge, you proceed to the middle to help your teammates. But if they're dying, like if you see that they're dying, you just proceed to the middle right away to help back them up. That's what a defender should do, right? The don'ts. The don'ts. Do not watch your teammates die. Like, I get that a lot. When I go to the middle, let's say if I'm a runner, right? And there's multiple defenders on my team, and there's one at the second flag. They would literally watch me die after I capture the flag, and then they proceed to go and defend it. If you see that I'm gonna get wiped out, or I'm close to dying, then proceed to the middle and hold down the flag as much as possible till, you know, your teammates get there, or if your teammates have to respond and whatnot. Also, if there's 2 defenders on you never want to have 2 defenders on a flag together. Do not do that shit. You don't need 2 defenders to fill the treasure gauge. Unless you're in the middle, that's different, but if you're like, let's say you're at your second flag, you don't need 2 defenders to defend the flag. To fill the treasure gauge, you only need 1 defender, and then you proceed towards the middle. Jeez, that was a bad explanation. Alright, so lastly, not lastly, what was I gonna say? You never want to flank at the start of the game. You never flank as a defender. It's not in your nature to flank. I don't know why some people do it, but never flank at the start of the match. Never run across the map to go capture the treasure. I mean, I do say this in this part of the video. You also never want to jump off the flag at the last 10 seconds. Oh my god, I hate that when there's a defender. I do understand, you know, you make a mistake or you're getting piled, so you want to get a little distance between you and the enemy. But if there's 10 seconds counting down and you're the only one on the flag, try your best to time your dodges. Even, you know, the dodges are kind of bad in this game sometimes, but that's besides the point. Try to time your dodges and your skills so that you're able to hold down the flag for those last 10 seconds. Those are the most crucial points of the game. And the last thing I'll say is, if your enemy, let's say you guys are dominating the other team, and you know your teammates are pushing towards their spawn flag to 5-0 the enemy team, you want to stay behind as a defender because there's a high chance that your teammates might get wiped out. Let the attackers and runners, you know, push to the enemy spawn. That's what they're good at. So while they're pushing, you want to also stay in the middle or at a flag that's close to the enemy spawn but not directly there. So if your teammates do die, you're able to defend the flag. Also, when people are pushing, sometimes the enemy might use their brain and be like, alright, this is the best chance for me to backcap. That's when the runner's at their deadliest, when they're backcapping. So what you want to do is you stay in the middle, hold down the middle flag, do not push, especially if the team is about to get the team boost. Just wait, and you know, if your teammates die, at least you're there to defend the flags until they respawn. That's what you're supposed to do. Alright, I think that's it. Let's proceed to the video. Don'ts as a defender. You never want to run all the way across the map. That's a no. You do not run across the map as a defender. You always stay in the back. You're the backup. So whenever your teammates die, you want to, be the guy to, defend the flags. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to back your teammates up. All right, so my teammates decided to go for B, 2 of them, and they left the Sabo in the middle. Now, as a defender, you want to hold down the middle spot on most, not all the maps, but most maps. You want to hold down the middle spot because that's usually what decides the game on most of the maps in the game. Sometimes, it's usually when, we have the 2 other flags besides the middle. Some people decide to ignore the middle when the teammates that we're going against, they're pretty strong. So some people might go around the middle and capture the back flags. But as a defender, you always want to protect the back area. And as you can see, my teammates managed to capture B and D. And what I did was I still kept going for the middle flag because the middle flag is what I want to hold as a defender. As you can see, they're holding them off pretty well over there. I don't really need to do anything, even though I did jump down there, but I didn't really need to do anything. Also, you want to fill the treasure gauges, right? So let's say I'm in the mid flag and my teammates get destroyed at the second flag. If the gauge is full, I have enough time to get there to help, hold and fend the enemy off while they're respawning. Alright, so as you can see, Shanks and Luffy, they're relentless in trying to capture the treasure in the middle. I don't know why the Luffy didn't get pulled right there, but alright, whatever. Yeah, see, Shanks is giving me a beating. People say Blackbeard is scary, but dude, Shanks hits hard as fuck, especially once he gets his attack up. Alright, see, they captured my D flag, right? And they're headed right for our B. If I wasn't there, I would, we'd have lost that, but I did end up dying. But the Luffy came in clutch right here. The Luffy came in clutch. With that skill that Blackbeard has, where if he gets too much damage, he doesn't die like right away. You gotta hit him with like a multi-hit attack. It saves you a lot. See, now they realize like, hey, we can't get the bottom flag, so let's try to take their spawn flag. I don't know what was going on right there, but that guy was teleporting around. I think it was a bot. And that's pretty much it. If you can't get the middle flag as a team, try your best. If you have runners, try your best to secure the other flag. But you should still consistently try to capture the middle flag and hold it with a defender. A defender is supposed to hold down the middle flag, if that makes sense. Alright boys, the next stage we got is Alabaster stage, the daytime version. And man, this lobby is lit right now. We got XZR, some of those Akatsuki guys, Pain. I don't know what Pain that is, but that's not the Akatsuki Pain. But yeah, this team was weird, man. They played very weird. They got 2 Blackbeards over there and the Shanks. This map, man, Shanks could fucking snipe you from so far if you're a defender in the middle. Alright, so as per usual, you go for the first flag. Defenders always get the first flag. But for some reason, yo, runners, do not go for the first flags. I hate that shit. Why am I racing you to the first flag when you're the fastest in the game? Runners are the fastest in the game. Defenders are the slowest. So always go for the middle flag. The runners are always supposed to go for the middle flag. Anyways, that guy put us at a disadvantage, with, him grabbing the first flag. The other team capitalized off of our fuck up, basically. Alright, as a defender for this map, you want to hold the 2 back areas. As you can see, that Doflamingo, once he captured the middle, he already immediately tried to capture D. But I was able to fend him off long enough for those guys to realize that what they were doing was stupid. But Blackbeard's holding down the middle for his team. Now, I'm paying attention to the map. I already see that there's someone coming around to capture these runners, man. They don't care. They will fucking try to backcap the crap out of you. While my teammates are getting destroyed over there, I'm making sure that they do not capture the back 2 flags, or else we're gonna get 5-0'd. Yeah, see, I don't know what my teammates were doing, but I had to hold the flag down. And see, as you can see, Shanks just tried to, well, XZR just tried to snipe me right there, but it didn't really work out too well. Alright. Make sure you follow the objective as a defender. If you lose, at least you know you follow the objective and you hold down the flags to the best of your capabilities. That's a win in itself, even though, I mean, it's tiring half the time if you're losing and your teammates aren't doing what they're supposed to do. Alright, see, that Blackbeard is good, man. He's holding down the middle flag as he's supposed to. They're not able to capture our 2 back flags, but they don't need that to win. They need to hold down the middle flag, which is what he's doing. I don't know what that Doflamingo was doing, but he was in the other direction. Alright, Doflamingo is fucking fast, man. He's probably the fastest runner in the game. I think he's the fastest runner in the game. And he's hard to catch. Look, he's fucking dodging, even though I did that way before he dodged. Alright, boom. My teammates finally realized, hey, we need to capture the middle flag. So I was able to knock off the Kaido and secure this flag right here. It was a very close match because we almost lost it, but he was able to get the flag, which is what won us the game. If I wasn't defending on this team, man, I don't know how we would have won that, because these guys really, they capitalized off of the fuck up that we had because of that ace. But, pretty good game XZR. Shouts out to him. He put up a good fight. Look, he was carrying those guys, man. I guess they were really bad compared to our team, but hey, it was a close game. Alright, next up we got Baratier Daytime. We ran into XZR again. He was pretty active this day when I was recording this, so. Alright, Miss Ross is alright. Guts. I think that's the Guts I know. Yeah, that MK guy. He's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty good. Alright, for this map, you want to watch out for runners trying to backcap you, and you also want to lock down C as well. As a defender, you want to stay in the middle, but you also got to be aware of runners trying to backcap. They will just run right under the map to, capture your spawn flag. Alright, I don't need to immediately rush to the middle right now, even though my teammates are dying. I don't need to really rush to the middle because there's a Shanks up there at full HP. Look, right as I said that, right? A runner is trying to backcap me. I don't know what the hell happened right there. I pulled him and then he teleported, but alright. Alright, my team's getting their asses kicked right now, but I gotta try my best to hold down the flags until they respawn, which is what you're supposed to do. That Blackbeard, I don't know why he tried to rush us when there's 3 people coming up, but okay. He a little bold right now. As you can see, yo, Shanks, this used to be Kuma's map, man. It still is, but Shanks took over. His attack could reach you from, you saw how far he hit with just his skill 1 alone. Alright, so that runner, I think it was a bot, because he was just teleporting everywhere. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I managed to stop him from trying to cap our spawn flag.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
My team wasn't doing too well. They were getting destroyed by most likely XZR. Like, he's not playing around. Alright, right here. With Shanks, right? You got a time when you're gonna, like... His counter, I think it goes off in, like... You count to, like, 2 seconds. 2 to 3 seconds. And you could easily catch him while his counter is coming down. He can't do anything while his counter is coming down. So I was able to pull X over there. XZR. While his counter was coming out. He wasn't able to dodge or anything, so I capitalized off that. That's how you beat characters that have counter. You want to catch them, you want to count at least 2 to 3 seconds. I think it's 2 seconds the most. And then you activate your skill, because your skill also takes a little bit of time to cast as well. So in the midst of you casting that skill, the runner, the person's counter is coming down and they're not able to dodge, so you're able to like one-shot them sometimes. Some people still survive, you know, depending on how well they build their characters, but that's pretty much it. Alright, look right here, right? My teammates, they just been dying left and right, but they have not been able to capture our spawn flag, even though they're rushing it. XZR, he tried to hold down the middle by himself with his team, you know, being all dead, but it wasn't good enough. I mean, he had Dofi, I had Blackbeard, I kind of countered him. And we managed to get the dub. He was right there. If he had cast his attack from right there, he would have hit everyone and basically killed everyone right there. But it was kind of too late. GG, man. Yeah, he had a trash team. He had a trash team. Even with MK, even with MK, he still wasn't able to get the dub right there. I don't know. I was checking out because that guy was teleporting around, so I was checking to see if it was any bots or anything on that team. I don't know what was going on. But next map. Alright, boys, that's it for this part of the video. I did make a part 2 to this where I covered Sabaody and the Coliseum in Alabaster Night. But because this video was so long already, it was like an hour long, so I had to chop it up. And show you guys the first half at least. If you guys are interested in the part 2, leave a like on this one. I guess 15 or 20 likes would be enough for me to release the second half if you guys are interested. But after defenders, I'll cover runners next, because I think that's like the next big ass problem you have to deal with in this game, outside of Blackbeard and Shanks, obviously. But that's it. Leave a comment below, let me know if I missed anything, or if there's, you know, more points I could have added. Just comment below if you like this video or not. Alright, that's it, bye.